On the 6th of August in 1990 at 9 a.m., members of the Northern Areas community conducted a peaceful march. They were unhappy about various issues including education, housing issues such as an increase in rent and evictions, amongst others. A memorandum was handed over at the Chatty Rent Office. Thereafter, the crowd marched back to the Greenville sports field. However, the crowd met a heavy police presence and a Casper blocking their way. One of the leaders and organizers of the march, Godfrey Ackley, who was 26 years old at the time, says he tried to de-escalate the situation and asked for the crowd to be allowed through. Once the crowd was allowed to pass, they proceeded to the field where various community members addressed the gathering. As the meeting concluded, Ackley says he saw 3 Caspers advancing, spreading out, and blockading the only entrance to the field, causing people to panic and jump over fences.
I approached the captain and I said to him that our time is not over yet. But instead of that, he said, I'm not here to listen to you. You must disperse this meeting. This meeting must stop. You must go. So I asked, what is the problem? He said, no, you must just go. Go. Don't ask me questions. And he said, I give you 5 minutes. But he counted it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then shots went off, rubber bullets, tear gas.
Ackley, who was detained for 3 days, says the chaos led to the burning and looting of Bloemendal and its surroundings and lasted a week. It led to the deaths of around 50 people. However, the true death toll is unknown to this day. Ackley says this is a legacy of the Northern Areas that must be passed from generation to generation. However, the families of those killed and the community of the Northern Areas need closure. Thus, Ackley has approached various political leaders for justice.
We want an inquest of 6 August 1990 and compensation for the affected families. Then we need assistance, any kind of assistance. We don't have an office. We have nothing. We just ask for the small things and job for the unemployed youth.
As today marks the 35th year since the uprising, Nelson Mandela University, the House of Klaas and Dawid Stuurman, and the 1990 Uprising Committee decided to collaborate in an effort not only to educate the community, but also to honor the legacy of those who lost their lives.
We went to where everything started off in Bloemendal, at the back of Chetty High School, because some of those leaders were part of the leadership at the time. And then we also went then to the monument site in Soudin Road, which was unveiled by our current Premier, Oscar Mabuyane. And then we also moved to Heroes Acre, where there's also a monument site. And now today we are here. We've invited 6 schools from the Northern Areas.
For Nelson Mandela University, it was important to get involved in an effort to decolonize education and ensure that the stories of marginalized communities are told.
We're also conscious that there are aspects of our history that as Dr. Pusak indicated, that are deliberately forgotten in our memory. And so we want to bring those to the center of our curriculum, what we teach, because with gaps existing in what we teach, there is definitely something that will be wrong in how we historicize our past.
Reverend Alan Busak, a well-known apartheid activist, was the keynote speaker at the commemoration. Busak has found that education about this massacre has been lacking. He calls this deliberate distortion of recent apartheid history the unremembering.
It is extraordinarily important to understand that there was a generation that when they recognize the challenges, that they realize it is our responsibility. So I try to bring that message forward. I also like to make sure that these young people understand that when we mention the bravery and the courage and the faith and the steadfastness of the generation of the 1960s and 80s and early 1990s, it's not to make them feel bad, but to make them understand there is this link. That's their generational example. It's their DNA.
Learners from various schools within the northern areas commended this experience as it allowed them to learn about an important part of their history.
It definitely inspired me to know about our roots and where we came from and how our past and our present now intertwine with each other.
Vandaag het ek baie geleer van die opkomst wat die 6 Augustus 1990 gebeur het en ek as 'n Chetownian leerder voel baie trots om te weet dat ons skool, my skool was deel van die opkomst en dat die opkomst daar by my skool plaasgevind het.
So today I learned that we should not unremember our past. Unremembering is a big part where our history is being forgotten and is not being taught in our schools.
Wat ek geleer het daarin is dat onze ouers ook deel van die opkomst gewees het en hulle was baie sterk om daar te wees. Want om te dink daar was baie mense wat gesterf het in die bloedvloei en daar die oomblik het hulle gefight vir ons regte en hulle was nie bang om te veg en te dink hulle gaan sterf ook in daardie proses.
The people that fought for us for our rights is like they're not remembered anymore, and I feel that we should remember them because they motivate and encourage us to bring about change in the world.
According to Captain Stuurman, the next step for the community is to come together without interference from the political sphere to decide what the future of the northern areas should be. Reporting for MPK TV News, I'm Taryn Wellman in Gqeberha.